we have made clear to the government of India that we want to see them conduct a full investigation, and we continue to look forward to the results of that investigation.
For any of us, just abstractly, that has to be a red line.
In this particular case, there have been certain information which has been provided to us, which we are investigating.
An Indian internal investigation has found the involvement of the intelligence officials into the assassination attempt on 6-liter Gurpatwant Singh Pannun in New York. According to Indian media, that report is also shared with the State Department. Do you have any response on that? Because you were also waiting for that since long.
So I'm not going to speak to media reports. I will just say that we have made clear to the government of India that we want to see them conduct a full investigation, and we continue to look forward to the results of that investigation, but I don't have any updates to offer.
Could you tell me a little bit about where the investigation is and where India and the US are on this?
So a couple of things. One, this is another piece of evidence of how strong and close our relationship really is. I mean, it's almost unthinkable a few years ago that we would be coordinating together to hold accountable on both sides of our borders criminal action, whether it was the attack in San Francisco or was something like this that has been alleged. I'm not the criminal justice investigator of this, so I can't comment on what nor would we comment publicly on what our criminal investigation is uncovering, and that's something that's separate from our diplomatic track. We keep that's a police, that's a FBI, that's a federal law enforcement, and ultimately U.S. Attorney's Office investigation held very tightly. But I will say that I was very pleased that India put together this commission of inquiry, put senior people who are experienced in law enforcement on that, and that they have been digging in on this side domestically to uncover any evidence that would show a murder-for-hire plot that included anybody who was from the Indian government. I think that's absolutely critical. For any of us, just abstractly, that has to be a red line. No government or government employee can be involved in the alleged assassination of one of your own citizens. That's just an unacceptable red line, and I think that shows the seriousness
One of your own
with which
citizens is one of...
the alleged plot is against an American citizen.
So your citizen.
Exactly, the U.S. citizen, and I say that in abstract ways. The same thing would happen if there was an American plot against some sort of or an American government person who was trying to assassinate somebody in another country or was a part of that. That would be an unacceptable red line for any nation.
That would be an American living in India.
Hypothetically, I'm not speaking of,
yeah, that's what I'm trying to...
Before the conspiracy theorists say there's something out there, I'd say any country having an active member of their government involved in a second country trying to assassinate one of their citizens. That's, I think, usually a red line for any country. That's a basic issue of sovereignty. That's a basic issue of rights. And I'm very pleased. Again, this is, to use the metaphor before, if we have this incredible friendship, even marriage right now, this was maybe one of the first big conflicts, and we're actually not only coming through it, I think, strongly, but so far, everything that's been asked of the Indian government has been done, and I would say vice versa. Whenever there is accusations the other direction, we take that incredibly seriously.
The U.S. ambassador, as an ambassador, obviously will say what he thinks is the thinking of his government or the position of his government. I will say what is the position of my government. And the position of my government is that in this particular case, there have been certain information which has been provided to us, which we are investigating. And it is something we are investigating because we believe our own national security interests are involved in that investigation. So as and when we have something to say on that investigation, we would be very glad to speak about it. At this point of time, beyond the fact that there is an investigation going on, we have nothing more to say.